Oh, so good. Buy our merch.
Oh, Thirsty Thursday, bro. I've been laying off the cold beers during the week, and this is hitting. So, I'm not gonna say what you thought I was gonna say because you saw me clap my hands and do all that like we normally do.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say it. Welcome back to the channel.
You know what? Hold up, I'm gonna pause you there. Intros. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
You were already in frame.
Yeah, no, I wanted to come all the way into frame where I could see myself.
You started in frame.
I know, so it works out even better. Like, as long as this is awkward, then it's working. So first and foremost, our shop neighbor, his son's out riding on the old Moto 4, bro. So you don't really want to tell him to stop. Kids are outside playing, so hopefully it's not too much of a burden for you guys watching. Like I said, dude's ripping. But anyway, we're gonna try to keep it down here.
We only have so many days where it's fair weather. It's not too hot, not too cold. So
especially this time of year in Texas.
Oh yeah. You gotta let the kids enjoy. But
as you see, we're in short sleeve shirts. Shout out to this shirt.
Why does that look so
There's no
familiar?
copyright infringement at all on this, I promise. But so jumping into what we got here, obviously the Rhino. It's another Rhino video. JK, kinda, not really. We've had a few messages, people sliding in our DMs, you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff, comments on our other Portal videos, stuff like that, just random questions. I say random, it's pertaining to the video, but anyway, we figured we'll take another video and do a video about Portals with lifts. And in fact, we're using the Rhino because it's a big lift. I mean, it's OG, but
it's pretty big.
It's OG big lift. But yeah, so this video is obviously on Portals and lifts, pros, cons, and I'm gonna touch on kind of some little odds and ends stuff too that we get asked quite a bit. So anyway, jumping in. You got yourself some Portals because you're hood rich now. That tax season hit. Trust me, baby, I know the feeling. I'm right there with you. So you're like, man, maybe I should get a little bit bigger while I'm out here dropping all these bands. Thank God I got all these kids because these taxes are fucking coming through. Anyway, so you order yourself a big lift. Hit up Super ATV or High Lifter. I don't blame you. We do the same. Pros and cons. I guess we'll start with the pros because this is all just kind of jumping out here. So work with me. So
point one that we have here on my handy dandy note-taking device is ground clearance. So you want to touch a little on ground clearance there?
Yeah.
Ain't no clearance between these teams.
Ain't no clearance between these guns. Actually, that would be really bad. Yeah, okay. Pro definitely is ground clearance. Doing both. Why you should do both, in my opinion, is doing mud riding, rock crawling, stuff like that. It gives you the ground clearance. Even if you go, like, say you found you just want to do like a 4-inch portal or 6-inch portal with whatever gear reduction you desire. You're like, that little, I know it don't sound like a lot, but us guys know that little 2 inches goes a long way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Asian guys, you know what I'm saying. Let's go, baby.
So that is definitely, all jokes aside, that's definitely a pro. You get that a little bit extra, gives you that clearance, you know, clear. Like, man, I got these 35s. When I go full turn, it's rubbing with these Portals. But guess what? Do that 2-inch load, clear, baby. So yeah, that's definitely a pro of doing both, as it gives you a little extra clearance. And a bonus note, the arched A-arms give you even more clearance out of that. So you can kind of do that. Some of them don't give you a lift, just arch gives you that clearance. But you can also get your lift kit and all that other stuff. So that is definitely a pro, is your ground clearance.
Snapping to point two. Point two. My phone locked on me. Point two. Less stress on the motor.
Yeah, so I can't do that dance, but what a good time to find out.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Hey, YouTube. I'm
Sup,
white,
baby. So yeah, definitely, if you're running portals, you watched our last video, again, you know, getting a gear reduction helps your motor, transmission, drivetrain in general. So with that being said, obviously getting a lift kit's not really gonna take too much away from that, if any. At least from our experience dealing with the portal lift that we get from Super ATV. Shout out, don't pay us, just genuine, you know, opinion, and that's where we buy our stuff. So, but yes, it really does, as far as the gear reduction of the portal, definitely helps with your overall drivetrain, not just your motor, but your overall drivetrain.
Snapping into point 3 as far as pros go, and it may not matter to you, it may, but you know, I like having a big dick, and
okay, so yeah, we're stepping into that. Actually, I'm from America, and big lifts mean, and I hate to say it, but you know,
is that why I have a big lift?
it's it's true. Shout out my old lady. You know,
Shout out to all the men that are perfect size.
You know what I'm saying? But no, all jokes aside, what he's getting at is being able to have both of these. Sorry, we got X Games going on the background. Neighbor at our shop, dude's kid is out riding, so you can't hate him for that. Anyway, yeah, so you get to show out. I mean, you get to, like we were talking about earlier, you can clear a little bit more. Get that 2-inch or 4-inch lift on top of your portals. You get that extra little bit of clearance. So obviously that's a pro, which means you can fit bigger wheels, bigger tires. This is, as you guys may have seen on other videos, this is a 4-inch portal, 8-inch State Lines Customs lift, not around anymore. But so overall, we've got 12 inches of lift on this old Rhino. And with that being said, this old goat was never made. The 700 was never made to run 40s. Now we got 40s with 22-inch American Forces on here. That's more or less what we're getting at, is you have that room now to go and be able to show out and all that good stuff. You can be the biggest one in your group if you got the funds.
Who don't like that? Now, unfortunately, it always has to come to a cons side of this, because you know it can't all be good. So some cons that we've conjured up, at least in our experience, owning a lifted machine on top of a portal lifted machine, kind of run into, I mean, of course, the biggest thing is, as you lightly mentioned, the price of it.
Yes, so cost. Obviously, you got your very expensive portals in the cart, wherever you're getting it from. High Lifter, shout out to those guys. We don't personally have experience with them, but shout out to High Lifter, make great products from what I understand. Super ATV, places like that, you get my point. You got your portals in the cart, ready to buy. You're looking at a few grand. That's a big chunk, at least for guys like me, Alan. I know that's a big chunk that you got to buy it off. And then it's like, wow, is it worth that little extra? Is it worth that little extra to put this lift in the cart? In our opinion, yes. I mean, is it like a make or break? Like, I have to have this with this? No. But sorry again. Is it a make or break? No. But is it worth it? Absolutely. It's absolutely worth it. I mean, Alan, for instance, has a machine in the shop right now that we are currently doing a big lift on, and it's getting portaled. So you guys have already seen that.
Oh, I was like,
I was about to say, that's some of our old content, but I'm just like throwing that little teaser out there. She ain't done yet, boys. Anyway, yes, it's worth it, but to circle back to cost, but is it worth it? Absolutely. And with that cost though, another con, I'm gonna take this right from him, is that reliability. The reliability, modern parts, modern machines, probably not so bad. Probably not a huge con. You're doing this kind of stuff on, look at all that dust flying out. You do that kind of stuff on these older machines, absolutely reliability. Jeez, boom, out of here, boys. That's where it goes, because I'm actually crying behind these glasses. But yeah, so the reliability is definitely one of the cons. Again, some of these newer machines, and what I mean by that is your Razor guys, use Sportsmans for the 4-wheeler guys, some of the Defenders and Commanders, you know, from the Can-Am sides,
whatever
you know.
You got.
Yeah. Oh, Terex, you know, they make new parts for you guys. They don't make them for the old Rhinos. So, may not be a big issue as far as our reliability goes. But still, you guys, you know, stock rocks. I hate to say that, but if you're just trying to throw the kids in, have a good weekend ride up in the mountains, just stay stock.
For sure. We're gonna go into the next point after I take this call.
Professional cars, bro.
Circling back to cons, we've already got 2 points again. Ah, what little I have. We had price and reliability. What kind of trickles along with price is not only do you have to really pay the cost of the actual portals or lift kit itself, what people also will forget is that there are a lot of additional supporting parts and cast members that you need.
Like ball joints. These are Kellers on this guy. For those of you who don't know, Kellers are not cheap.
No.
Worth it, absolutely.
100%.
But when you start going big, obviously you try to keep what reliability you can, try to take out that weakest link out of that chain. One of those things is obviously your ball joints. These are Kellers. You guys can get online. These are actually for a Teryx, in fact, because they don't make it for a Rhino. But they probably make it for your machine, because guess what? You guys out there are probably a lot richer than me and have a nice new machine.
But regardless, if it is newer or old, they're still about 600 bucks.
True. Yeah, I think these were actually
on sale. 500.
Yeah, on sale for
I
$5.
think they were on sale for 500. But
it's worth it. And I think, just a little note, again, these people don't pay us either at Keller, but great product so far. Been out on one ride, so I can't give you guys, oh, it's amazing, but lifetime warranty. That's another thing you want to look out for. Just a quick little side note, lifetime warranty stuff. Another quick thing, real quick though, is obviously your tie rods. If your lift kits, your bolt-on lifts, things of that nature, or if you're making a custom one to go with your portal, some of you old school guys like us, be sure you touch base on your tie rods. You obviously have to turn. But again, circling back to ball joints, don't forget about these little things, man. Heims where you can, if you're making it. Again, a lot of these newer lifts come with that kind of stuff, but just something to consider. Definitely something to consider.
And it even goes down to little minor things like this brake line.
Yes, absolutely.
You have to go brand new brake lines, brand new tie rods, Heims, if you can.
Some of these lifts, again, come with that. I know from Super ATV, I want to say they send, you know, with like 8-inch portals, they send brake lines and stuff like that with that. But yes, that's definitely, keep in mind, it's not just, the cost don't stop on just what you're buying. There's little things you may have to get here and there. And then I think, at least in my opinion, I'm gonna steal this one from you. I think, in my opinion, one of last, maybe if not close to last con, the overall height, width. You go portals, even if it's just portals alone, you're getting wide. You you start putting lift on there, it may kick it out a little extra, you know?
If you guys can see from right here, this point angle, I'm trying to get it as straight as possible. There is a little gap between here and here, obviously, as to where your machine would normally go. And then you can see the tire sticks out an extra much further.
So on the trails, you got to consider that width, you know? And then obviously your parking situation, your storage, your hauling. You got all this height now, you know, you bought your wheels and tires, that's another cost thing. You bought your wheels and tires that go with that, you know, we talked about. You're all this big machine, you go to pull it in the garage after you put the lift on a Saturday in your driveway, and you're like, oh, hell. Better go to the hardware store, buy some $200 pieces of freaking wood. Not gonna get on the politics. Find a way to make you some little wheels that you can get in. We've seen guys do it out of particle board and old trailer wheels. You know, they'll re-slot and all that stuff. They don't get imaginative. Find a way so you can load it in that enclosed trailer that you may have. Get it in your regular size 2-car garage. Those of you who don't have shops, or like us, side location shops. You know, you got to think about that storage, and like I said, hauling your little trailer that your 4-wheeler or side-by-side may used to fit on. May not fit on that no more. So that's another thing, just keep in mind. And again, this video is more or less focused on that group that is new to this, I guess, lifestyle or off-roading, that stuff and the other. So one thing to consider after taking all these points in, what kind of riding are you gonna do before you start clicking buy? Just a lot of stuff to think about. But definitely consider your width and your height before you start going wild and trying to buy parts behind your old lady's back. You know who you are, those of you watching.
I think that's most of all the pros and cons that we could really conjure up and think of.
I mean, generally speaking, just a broad umbrella thing. Like, again, figure out what kind of riding you're doing. We've said that a couple times. We mud ride, so obviously bracket lift, or sorry, big lift for us, portals for us makes the most sense. So that's why we are the way we are. If this is a 4-seater, this is not the family rig. This is something me and my wife get in and go to River Run and have
Foreshadowing.
get the music jamming. This is not the family rig. So with that being said, this is the Get Western rig right here, the old Great White Rhino. Those of you watching like, man, I was just really considering doing both on my family rig. It may not be worth it when you're trying. You got to think about that. Dads, you're putting the babies, you really want to be here all the time? I mean, it could help you. It might be easier. You're like, then again, if you're up here when you're 8s, things to consider, like I said. So just hopefully these points help those new riders, these new buyers, these new folks who may come across this video getting into the off-road world. That is what we're trying to cater to, is you guys. Again, if we didn't touch all the points that you think we should have, we have a whole nother video of portals versus lift that you should probably go check out. So and while you're out on the internet just checking out stuff, probably because you're at home bored or you're pooping at work, go check out our store. We got some new stuff dropping. So, and again, as always, if this is your new video, my name's Justin, this is Alan behind the camera, and we are Texas made original, TXMD original for short. Hope you enjoyed this video. Outros.
Yeah, that's right. If you are watching this and made it this far, we have new t-shirts. You may be asking, where can I get a t-shirt like that? At our store, where you can get nice hats like this.
You could also like this video if you made it this far, and subscribe possibly. Hit that notification bell. Check out some of our other content if you haven't already. Like he said, check the store. We'll put a link there. Yep. And then what else we got? Social media platform.
That's right. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. TikTok's supposed to be on there, but we didn't have a TikTok yet. But we have one now, and we're 11,000 strong, maybe more, that this video's come out, and you followed us. So
Be sure, just check that right out. Go ahead and do it. I'm not gonna hit you if you do, because that'd be a threat, but I really wish you would. See y'all. This video is sponsored by Twisted X Boots. Ka-chow. New boot goofing out here, bays. Oh! 3 payments. I can't.
say hi.
Hi.
Please subscribe
Great.
to our channel.
I'm done with it.
It was close. It was close.
Sick.
Nope, close.
It was real close.
This one.
Sick.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
Say, peace, I'm out.
Okay, baby, come on.
Peace, I'm out.
Oh, I'm peace, I'm out. I'm both.